All I'm saying is this. How about you wipe that paint off your face and then see if you still got that same confidence when you talk to me? 99% of you women won't. Y'all be chasing a woman that's running from you.
Come on, champ.
You supposed to be picking a one that's looking at you.
Come on, champ.
When you do that, you don't even need game because she gonna do everything you need. My uncle told me, stop looking at that bitch that you want and start looking at that little funny looking bitch in the corner that's looking at you, because that woman finna do everything for you. The value that a woman brings to the table makes her bad to me. So the looks ain't even gonna be the first thing. Y'all put that before everything. I'm putting what a woman's doing for me before everything. I hate to say it, but I'ma say it. You gotta get you a new broad, because the old broad you got is always gonna try to treat you how you used to be. And dudes always choosing some bum broad to fuck with. What do that make you? Okay. A woman don't respect, but what she's forced to respect.
Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? Y'all know who it is. Y'all know what it is. The Goldie Hour back again. Once again, took a little break. Was out in Vegas for damn near a week. Was only supposed to be there for a weekend, but enjoying myself too much. Listen, I'm just popping on because I ain't popped on in a minute. I know y'all got some good questions. I know y'all got some good topics. So let's start with them. What y'all doing tonight? What we doing tonight? Somebody said, been waiting for a while. Appreciate you getting on. Yeah, everybody hit me up like, man, when you getting back on? When you getting back on? And the people want it, so I'm going to give the people what they need. So if I'm going to give y'all what y'all need, y'all got to give me what I need, and that's some good questions. Good questions, good topics, man. What we talking about tonight? We gonna open a line too. Let y'all call in. Hopefully we get some ladies in here tonight, to call in. Y'all been watching my content lately? Somebody said we had a blast in Vegas at the fight. Oh yeah, the fight. On the floor, everybody there. Everybody there. That sometimes I'll be like, man, you know what? That's why you get money, to enjoy yourself. Events like that. You see everybody outside. Everybody looking good. Everybody getting money. All the bosses outside. All the celebrities outside. All the women outside. And you just out there mingling, shaking hands, kissing babies, like the mayor. When you go outside, man, you really see how much love you really getting out in the streets. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody that was out there taking pictures and just showing love, like y'all watching what I'm doing. Y'all appreciate the game. Those are the type of things that make me say I'm gonna keep going. We was for show rings. Oh, finesse, yeah. And we was out, yeah, we was ringside with it, man. We was there, We wasn't in those nosebleeds, man. Not to say anything's wrong with that, but man, we was on the flow. Somebody said Rio in a boat. Y'all took one of mine to Vegas with me. Hey, this is my thing. If anybody know me, man, you gonna see me with a broad, man. Even if I'm with my people, hey, listen, this is my thing. Cause you never know if you're gonna catch a broad. And if you don't catch a broad, do you really just want to be in these spots just with your partners? No. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather always have one with me, because it make it easier to catch Mo, because it's called social proof. You know what I'm saying? You already have a good looking woman next to you. Guess what? When she try to bring women around, if I'm at a table or something, I don't gotta go running around inviting women to the table. No, I just tell her, hey, there's some women over there. Go catch them. Come bring them to the table. You know what I'm saying? Come bring them outside with us. And it just look more player than you in the table by yourself, a bunch of dudes. You may or may not catch some. I know I'm always catch some with this one. If I don't catch nothing, I got one next to me. You know what I'm saying? So I was with my homie too, and I was like, man, why you ain't bring your chick out? He like, man, shit, I should have. I was like, yeah, you slipping, man. You should have brought one with you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said it's my first time catching live. All right, man, put some questions in the chat then. Put some questions in the chat. Show love to those who show love to you, man, straight up. Look like you're getting in better shape. This is one of those shirts, my girl recommended me to wear, because she said my physique looks good in this. So I don't know if I'm getting in better shape or it's just a shirt. I'm not sure. That's why I don't like this new era. Man, don't force me into wearing big clothes. I don't like it. All right, y'all, that's all you making now. I get a medium, that motherfucker's like a large, right? If I work out for my body to be seen. So I'm never gonna get with the big clothing. You know what I'm saying? I remember when everything was big back in the day and all I wore was big stuff. And then you'd go to the store and it was nothing but skinny jeans. And I hated that. So it's like now we doing the same thing. They're really forcing you into a style that you may not even like. I don't feel it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe other people who work out could understand. You know, we ain't working out for nothing. I ain't trying to play no sports. I'm doing it for the appearance. So I ain't trying to hide what I look like, put in this work. Somebody said, I got that sunglasses game. All right, shh. We ain't gonna tell these people. Everybody talking about the sunglasses game. I've been doing this thing 15 years. 15 years have been my thing. Just now, people popping outside with the glasses in the club and things of that nature. I've been doing this when I been got that game a long time ago. Now, everybody gonna be doing it, but I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? The only people mad when you give up the game is people who are not still elevating their game. Right? You know, I've been through with it before you knew what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't even playing the same game. So I could give you the game because we ain't even on the same type of time. I've been did that. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the bigger and better thing. So a lot of dudes, whenever I hear a dude say, dang, you just can't be giving up the game like that, I know how low level he is. He's not elevating his game. You should always be elevating your game. I can give you all the game I got. It don't matter because I'm always developing new game. This shit is endless. He's always say, oh, you giving up too much game for free, too much game for free. Man, game is endless. Wisdom is endless. You're going to be getting new game your entire life. You know what I'm saying? So you can take it, you can use it, you know? If y'all ain't got to go get it, the sunglasses game. The reason that you see me all the time wearing glasses all the time, indoor, outdoor gym, why I do it and the philosophy behind it and some game that I was gifted when I was younger and why I do it. You get chose with your mouth closed, guy. Get that too. Get chose with your mouth closed, guy. GoldieRatio.com. Get everything. Go ahead, get that bundle. Everything. Business game, everything I've ever made is in there still. Right? I got some new products coming out. It's called How to Not Be a Square. It breaks down exactly what a square actually is. The thinking of a square and why you shouldn't be a square. Now in the game, you're a square if you're not in the game, right? But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the thinking behind it. Thinking outside the box. You are a square because you think inside of a program box that is invisible to you. Social programming, cultural programming that you don't even understand. And it's limiting your life. You have limiting beliefs and you're running off of programs that don't make sense, but you've never questioned them because you were brought up under them. And it's a lot of things and places you will never get in life because you're thinking inside of an invisible box, a bunch of assumptions about how things should go, how you should act because you've just heard them, but you've never questioned, well, why did my dad tell me that? Because he was programmed too. So it talks about, and we go through the history of books of propaganda and society and how things, it's some good game. That's not going to be in the bundle. It's coming out soon. If y'all really want it, I might give y'all a special link for it before I really drop it. $84 people in here and only 23 likes. Yeah, come on, get them likes up. Come on, let's get with some good questions though. So let's get some super chats in here too. It got to fit right for real. That's what you work for. Whenever time where a woman who chose you wasn't physically attractive and you had to stand, this is great. Whenever a woman chose you who wasn't physically attractive and you had to stand on your principle, deal with the woman anyway, in spite of that fact, you didn't like how she looked. Are you asking me or are you asking how did I do that? Yes. Come on, man. I used to have women. I had a fat bra once, right? Matter of fact, funny story. I ain't never told this story before. Man, I had sisters, 3 sisters and a friend at one time. So I had one bra. We was rocking for a minute. I met her she worked at Spearmint Rhino in Vegas. And you know, I got chose with my mouth closed. She literally, when I looked at her, she looked at me and we instantly was attracted. And from that day forward, we was rocking. I took her out of Vegas, brought her around to my city, and we, was traveling all over the world together to get into it. So that was my main thing. And this is why you got to be, your woman is a representation of you. because I elevated her life so heavy. She ended up not only getting her full blood sister to come get down with us, she ended up getting her half sister to come get down with us. And then her sister, her full sister, got her best friend to come get down with us. So I was 4 deep just based off of how I treated this woman and how I bossed her up and gave her the game. You know what I'm saying? And can't too many people say that. It's a true story. They might watch it right now. They know who I'm talking about. Had my main thing, her full blood sister, and then her half sister, and then her sister brought her friend. It was short lived though. You know what I'm saying? Probably like 5-6 months. It was short lived. You know, jealousy came involved and things of that nature. And then, you know, the friend of my sister, of my main chick's sister, her friend was just, she always kept, I don't know if I should say this, but I was thinking she was doing something on purpose till I realized, no, this broad just slow. And I'm like, but you're just too slow. I'm thinking you're doing something on purpose. You tuck it. Nah, you just really slow and don't know how to count. But it was just a lot of little things. And when I let her go, since they was best friends and came into the situation together, the other one was like, well, I got to go with her because I crying. Oh, I got to go. You fire. I got to go with my friend. That's why I'll never accept women in twos. Whenever you accept women in twos, they going to have a stronger bond than you got. You know, so it's a lose-lose because just like what happened when one left or when one got fired, the other one left too. And then, you know, funny story, my main chick started to get jealous of her half sister. We think we was out in Arizona and they was out there, you know, they just calling back and forth. And, you know, I guess me and the bond between me and the other girl was getting too strong. And my main thing was just getting jealous and out of order. And I ended up, first off, my main chick, I was with her for like 3 years, rocking heavy. And me and her half sister, after we fell out because she was getting in her feelings, doing a whole bunch of fag shit, me and the other one stayed rocking, and me and her rocked for like 5 years. And I really came up with her, moved to Vegas with her, came up cross country with her. You know what I'm saying? So just a funny little tidbit story, man. I done live a lot of life. You know what I'm saying? Oh, but anyway, going back to that, her half sister was fat when I met her. Her half sister was overweight when I met her, but she was choosing. She was like, listen, I heard you get down. I know what it is. You know, I could bring value to the situation. And so I was like, fuck it, come on. You know, the average man wouldn't have seen what I seen, but that's what game is. What game is you niggas can't see nothing because you don't have no game. I can take something that everybody can see no value in, and I can see value in it. But why? Because I have game. I have skills. If you can't see value in something, it's because you don't have the skills to see it. So a lot of you dudes are overlooking something. The same broad that you overlooked, I would take on, and you would see me come up and get rich with her. Or you would see me and the value that she bring to me because I have game. Right. So when I was buying businesses and things of that nature, you would go into businesses and you would find businesses that were going bankrupt, and you would have the eye to understand, okay, this is why they're going bankrupt. They don't have the right marketing. They're doing this wrong. They don't understand the updated way of CRMs. So you would be able to buy a business at a discount, get the business, turn it around and extract billions of dollars. Right. So that's the same thing. That same woman that you're bankrupt with, you don't see the opportunity in it because you have no game. You're surface level like everybody else. Give me anybody, man or woman. I can see the gold inside of them, and I'm gonna know how to bring that shit out. But anyway, yeah, she was fat, not no half fat. She was fat for real. You dig what I'm saying? And by the time she was done fucking with me, you wouldn't even think it was the same person. Not only did I have her in a gym, we got her teeth done. We got her body done. She started, we started dressing her right at the top garments she was wearing. We got her swag right. We got her etiquette right. But she was a real learner. She was really about it. She was reading a book. She was studying. She was really perfecting her craft because horn is an art, not an act. And so she really perfected it. Man, I had her reading As a Man Thinketh. It was one of her favorite books as well. We went to Tony Robbins events together. We went to where else? We went to a 10X event together, so it wasn't just, man, because y'all not really taking the time to invest in your bro, because you understand whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. If you're just looking to get what you're getting from what she's already built, it's good. You just going to get what you get. No, I need more. So if I want more, I got to pour in more. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So if that was the question, if you got a deeper question on that, and that's not the only one, you know what I'm saying? I could extract value out of any motherfucking broad, man. You know what I'm saying? Somebody said, "No, a chick could always play dumb, champ." I don't understand what you talking about. That bitch didn't play dumb. You had to be there. You just gotta understand. You think I'm sharp or you think I'm slow. Yeah, maybe to the average dude, yeah, she could have been playing dumb. And if she was playing dumb, I would have knew she was playing dumb. I'm sharp enough to know. And her fastest move was way too motherfucking slow for me. No, the broad was dumb. And it is what it is. Trust me. I had another broad like that. She would tell me an amount and I get it, but it'd always be more. So I'm like, well, if you was tucking, it'd have been less. No, but it's always more. And I realized, oh, these hoes can't count. These hoes really can't count out here. So it wasn't the first time I came across something like that. Yeah, man, show love who shows love to you. What do you think about Stephen Diggs getting Cardi pregnant? I don't think shit about it. I don't think shit about it. You got a broad pregnant. Hey, actually, good move for you. I don't watch sports like that. I didn't even know who Stephon Diggs was until this whole Cardi situation. So if you ask me, that's a great PR move because you rich. And so having a child don't really mean nothing. And you just had a child with one of the most famous women out right now. You're going to elevate your status in ways that no amount of money could or no amount of plan could. And that's longer lasting fame. So, man, shout out to him. He did what he's supposed to do. Hey, man, there's a lot of people out here putting a baby in nobodies. He put a baby in a somebody. So, he doing what he should be doing. Goldie, not to pocket watch, but did you blow a big bag? The trip look inspiring. I did. I blew more than I thought I was gonna blow. And I don't even gamble, but it was a good time. I blew more. I would say I blew more than I thought I was gonna blow, but at the same time, it could have been way more. It could have easily been way more, but it was worth every penny. Goldie, they say 90% of success is based on your habits. What are good, successful habits? I think one of the most important successful habit is optimism, positive thinking, because your thinking is what's going to come about in any situation. If you're optimistic about it, the better the outcome you're going to have, because you're going to see solutions, you're going to see opportunities. Most unsuccessful people, if you really monitor your thoughts, a lot of people are talking shit in their heads all day. They're always looking for the negative thing to happen. They're always assuming the negative thing is going to happen. And as a man thinketh, so is he. So I feel like one of the most important habits is to rewire yourself to always think positive, always think of the best outcome. Yeah. It don't make a difference. What'd you say? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Huh? Don't be acting like that now. Like you don't know. You funny. You funny. Don't be acting like that. Nah, all right. You letting your shorty step out to the club without you if she not bringing you no bread home? Probably not. Depends on the broad. Like I said, man, some women I know. And I know, hey man, the way I caught you, I know when you drink, you be out your mind. I know when you drink, you loose. Not to say you would get loose, but guess what? If you so far out your mind, hey man, a man with the right game like me, can make you maybe do something out of order. So if I feel like that about you, and then at the end of the day, man, what you going to the club for? You want to wear skimpy clothes, really being over sexualized, knowing the only thing that go on at the club is a bunch of men going there to spend money, try to fuck some, and they think it's easier to do it there than meeting a woman outside because the woman is intoxicated and they can get a woman intoxicated. And so, no, it's like, for what? Tell me the real reason why you want to go. And don't talk to me like I'm stupid. Yeah, I mean, tell me the real reason you want to go to the club, and don't piss me off by talking to me like I'm stupid. Because the only reason you would want to go to the club is because you want to be seen and you want attention. Well, tell me why you want attention, bitch. You're kind of out of pocket even asking that question for real. You know what I'm saying? Keith, 69.99. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Keith. Always giving this good game, and y'all coming in here asking questions for free. But Keith coming in, putting his money down, putting his bread down, man. Appreciate you, Keith. If you got a question, let me know. How do I get your macros program? Well, right now the macros program isn't really open to anybody unless unless you really like in my school group or unless you're on the mentorship. And matter of fact, we do have a spot for the discount that just opened up. So if you want to get on a $5,000 mentorship program, 90 days, change your life with everything. Right now, we got one spot left that just opened up. Somebody didn't come through with the rest of their deposit, so we just refunded them as well. So for $19.97, which is just a little less than $2,000 for some people who think I'm talking about $20, hit me up. Let me know you seen this. Yo, Goldie, do you believe in counterintentions, or do you believe if you have a burning desire so bad it doesn't matter? Well, this is what I was taught. I was taught that ultimately nobody can affect you with their thoughts, with no voodoo, with no nothing. Ultimately, nobody could affect your life but you. But the thing is, if somebody can affect you to affect yourself, then you can be affected. If that makes sense. That's what I was taught. Ultimately, it don't matter how much hate, how much voodoo, how much counterintentions you got, I'm going to win because I'm so certain in where I'm going and the intentions that I'm putting out and my vibration I'm putting out to the world. You can't stop it because it's my life and I'm in control of it. But if I'm not that strong, right, then you can influence me and make me more negative, make me more unsure about myself, make me doubtful. But it's not you making that in my life. It's you affecting me to affect myself. And then that's going to affect things. And honestly, most people don't got a burning enough desire, are not certain enough, are not confident enough to where that shit is not going to matter. The average person is not. And, anybody, if weighed on long enough with the doubts and people around you and your girl treating you less than and talking to you less than, weigh on anybody enough is going to affect you and you're going to affect your own life. So that's why I'm so cutthroat with a broad. If you ain't coming in here treat me like a king, I know that's going to affect my own self-esteem and self-image. And then that's going to affect me thinking on how my own thinking is. So I ain't even dealing with it. I ain't dealing with people who don't see me like that. I ain't being in rooms where I ain't be treated like that. Hey, motherfucker, try to play me on some, don't recognize my value of my platform, and you trying to come to my spot late, or you trying to reschedule with me, you might be big, but I got to say, you know what, I pass. Why I got to pass? Because if I allow you to do that to me, I'm saying to myself, I ain't as big as I am. No, I got to see me as already big. Hey, you did me. You wouldn't have did somebody big like that. And if you did somebody big like that, they would have told you, hey, man, we ain't got no slots for you. So I got to do it just so my self-image remains high, because I can't accept nothing less than who I claim I want to be. If y'all understand that, you know what I'm saying? I thought you was coming with the lifestyle vlog, clubs, and women. Man, every time I go out, I forget. And I tell my chick, like I told you, remind me. I'm coming with it, though. Don't worry. It's on the way. Why do women who you try to boss up because they have potential say they are high-value women when they are not? Because, to their perspective, you would think you were high value too. If every day you went outside, you had multiple men coming up to you, telling you that you're beautiful and just saying anything to get in your pants, and a bunch of people in your DM and a bunch of people liking your pictures, so they live in a delusion. They don't have accurate perspective on themselves. That's why they say in the game, hey, sometimes you got to break the broad down to build her up. I can't fill a cup that's overflowing. I can't help you in this area if you think you have no problems in this area. So that's why they say in the game, hey, sometimes you got to break her down. I'm going to really show you yourself. I'm going to put the mirror up to you and break you down, humble you. And then in that humble state, you'll be willing to accept the help. That's why women at a certain age, that's why you got to like who likes you. Because if she really likes you and really wants you to be around, and she really respects you and she sees you of high value, then your opinion on any situation, she's going to take heed to. You know, think of somebody of a high caliber, anybody high caliber that you admire, even as a man, that you would say, I would get mentorship from this person, right? You're going to, if they wanted to critique you and show you something, because you hold them in such high esteem, you are going to allow them to critique you in ways that you wouldn't let some regular person or your friend critique you. So that's why it's important to cut through all the bullshit, is just get with women who see you in high value. I like who likes me. Come on now. That shit is way deeper than just a saying. That woman who sees you in such high esteem, that woman who sees you in such high value, that woman who sees you like, I really respect this man and everything he's doing, is going to allow you, no matter what they think about themselves, to correct her because she wants to be around you and she respects your opinion. You know, so don't even deal with a woman who's too hard-headed, because for what? Goldie, can you talk about the slight edge, how it starts with a penny compound interest? Also, what's your favorite part of the book? My favorite part of that book is being okay with the mundane. To be successful, you have to be willing to sit in the house and do nothing and not get what I said the last time and not get FOMO, fear of missing out. You have to be willing to sit in the house and not get no pussy. You have to be willing to say, my girlfriend broke up with me, or I broke up with my girlfriend, and I'm not going to rush out there to get companionship just because I got a hole missing in me. You have to be able to say, I'm willing to wake up every day early, do everything I need to do, block out 6, 7, 8 hours of the day, do my work, eat my food, go to sleep early. I'm willing to eat this bland food, this chicken and rice, or this chicken and broccoli every single day for every single meal because I want the results of a great body. You have to be okay with the mundane, because that's what success is. It's doing the same routine over and over and over until that seed sprouts and finally turns into that tree that bears fruit. And if you're not okay with the mundane, you're always going to be jumping from this to this to this to this to this because you don't understand the laws of the universe. And that is, things take the time that they take. And if you're not willing to go and water that plant every day, cultivate that soil every day, understand a part of it is some of the seeds that you planted are going to get taken by the birds. Some of the crops that you have are going to get taken by the weeds. But still, every single day, over and over and over, go out there and water that plant and cultivate that soil over a long period of time before your results come, without deviating, without saying, you know what, forget it, I'm going to plant something else, or forget it, I'm going to do this, or forget it, I'm going to do something else. If you're not willing to sit down for a long period of time and do that, you're probably never going to be successful in life, because there's very, very few things that are going to come very fast for you like that. So that's my favorite part of the book, and that's what the book is all about. I'm kind of mad you said it, because that's on the book list. A lot of people don't know about that book, and now everybody going to get it without buying a book list. Goldie, you ever had attachment issues with a woman and you can tell a story and talk about, have you ever had women who wouldn't leave you alone or like you too much? Man, I got a lot of women who wouldn't leave me alone. That's why I'm very careful about making a woman fall in love now, because it's an art and I can make them do it. But I realize it's a little too risky. And I used to do it. It used to be an ego thing, but now my ego is not so big. So now it's like, why do that? If this woman isn't really showing me characteristics that are going to be lasting, why get her attached to me for no reason? I'd rather her be able to walk away, because if she's able to walk away, she's not going to do no fuck shit. If she's able to walk away, she ain't going to keep my car. If she's able to walk away, it's a lot less drama. So I got to be real careful if I even want the woman to fall in love with me. It's an art. You need to learn how to do it. And as far as have I ever been attached, I mean, maybe when I was younger. Yeah, when I was younger, teenager, but like I said, man, it's very hard to get attached to a woman when you live the life that I lived. I became desensitized. You have 100 women over the course of 10 years, and damn near every single one of them left at one point. Then you kind of get used to a woman leaving, and it really doesn't mean nothing. You just understand they come going, and eventually it's going to happen. So you kind of don't really mean it. You kind of don't really care as much. And then when a woman is coming in and really helping your life in a real way with the bag, man, you kind of feel more about that bag being gone than the actual woman. So, but I mean, no, I did have women where it was like, damn, we was rocking, we was getting to it. And, we built a bond together. We came up together. We learned different things together. We had wins and we had losses together. And so it was some women that I had that we really bonded with. And, when it was over because they got jealous or whatever the case may be, it was like, damn, but it's like, it is what it is. It's hard to be attached to something when I'm attached to my goals more. I'm attached to my son more. I'm attached to the vision of me taking care of my family in the future when I get to where I want to be more. I'm attached to what I'm doing next. I'm attached to the next relationship. I'm attached to the next business idea. I'm attached to me going to the gym. I feel like people who are attached to women too much, they don't have enough going in their life, so they put too much weight and attention on the woman rather than on themselves and their goals. If your goals were massive, if your goals were big, if you had other things in your life that were bigger, then that would outshine the woman in any attachment that you would have to her. But I'm human just like everybody else. I just don't feel the way y'all be feeling when y'all lose a woman. The way y'all be feeling, no, I don't feel like that at all. Not even a little bit. I really be like, man, fuck the bitch, man. Hey, yeah, we had a great time. Hey, man, fuck her. It is what it is. Shit, I meet a better one, and she was really holding me back from that better one. I'm always working on myself. I'm always getting better. I'm always getting more money. I'm always getting more famous. I'm always being a better individual. Hey, that bitch was holding me back because I know I can get better, and that's how I think. Brainwash yourself to feel like you that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I brainwash myself to really feel like that, and because I feel like that, man, I've never not caught a new and better bitch. Never. It's never happened. Right hand of God, I have never in my life thought about an old woman that I've had and said, damn, I wish I still had her. It's never happened because it's always something better. It's 3 billion women on this earth. No matter what woman you with, there's one better. You just ain't met her yet. And the broad you had was in the way of you meeting her because you was spending all your time with that one. So you couldn't even meet the better one for you. You got to think like that. Trying so hard to gain a job, been unemployed for a year. When the lease was up, had to move home, work out, eat right, getting my macros, but I still feel so emasculated. This pod and God keep me. Man, hey, listen, man, block your time, block your day out, man, and get online, man. It's 1,000,001 ways to make money online. It's 1,000,001 ways to make money online. But the most important part is, man, to keep your frequency high, keep your optimism high, keep your mind right when you're in those states. I love one of Les Brown's famous lies. He said, what do you do in the dark times? You got to have faith and engage in consistent action. And I was in those spaces, man, when I was homeless in Vegas, man. And that wasn't the only dark time in my life. What do you do in the dark times? You must have faith and engage in consistent action. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you're putting that work in towards whatever you're trying to do. Whether that's getting a job, whether that's trying to start a new business, whatever it is, you must have faith and engage in consistent action. And the most important part of that is you have to have faith. You have to have optimism. And you doing the things like the working out and the reading a positive thing every day is going to help keep your mind in that positive state, which is mandatory in those dark times because it's very easy to get negative, to say this ain't going to never work, to start feeling like, damn, am I losing it? And when I was homeless, man, that's why I would go to the gym. I would read and I would ride around listening to nothing but positive things, educational things. Podcasts wasn't even really out back then, but audiobooks, So I was always filling my mind, so I could never really become negative. I was always optimistic that the shit was going to work, and I engaged in consistent action. I was out all day working my moves, And with that positive attitude, man, things changed for me really quickly. And I really believe that it's because I had such an optimistic outlook about what I was doing that things changed for me quickly. I don't see it happening, but with the advent of the internet and these women believing they don't need the ism, will the game ever go back to lady of leisure needing representation? Nah, it's over with. I was just talking to an OG the other day in Vegas, man. OG. And we was just talking about it like, hey, man, he was like, back in the day, man, we was able to have 10, 12, 13 broads at one time because broads could not work back in the day. If y'all don't notice, it was a time where a broad could not be caught outside on that track, on that blade, without representation. You couldn't do it. You had to have representation. So it's very easy for niggas to be 10 deep, 12 deep, 13 deep. Well, now in this new day and age, where the laws are different and the times are different, a woman could do whatever she want to do. She could be on the internet. She could be here. A broad got to really like you. You got to really have some game. There got to be a real reason other than I can't be out here unless I can't do this unless I got representation. So, it ain't never going to be the same. And I don't think it should. You got to move on with the times. It is what it is. It just is what it is. But hey, man, I still know dudes out here with 10, 12 bras. Not a lot of them, but I do know them. So, you know, if you got your game right and your game tight, then you can still do it if you want to. I don't encourage that at all though. I encourage you bank on yourself, you bet on yourself, you put yourself in position, and a broad is just an add-on. And it's way better like that anyway. When you don't need the broad. When you don't need the broad is when the broad going to give you the least amount of problems. You know what I'm saying? Bank on yourself. Work your own moves, man. As long as you relying on somebody for your future, man, then your future is predicated on that person. I don't want to put my future in nobody's hands but mine. I don't want to put no, and you ask me, can't no bitch take me to the promised land. Can't no bitch get me farther than I could get myself, but a bitch would already been there. So what I look like trying to teach this broad to help get me somewhere? No, I'm gonna teach myself to get there, bitch. And you better keep up and catch up and be useful around this motherfucker. That's my thing at this day and age, especially because man, the game ain't the same, the bras ain't the same, and it's like I just you know, it's just 90% of y'all just gonna set yourself up for failure and waste your time going in circles, man. You the truth. I'm getting my money right and I'm putting down with you. Come on. Come on. I just read The Slight Edge today. It's a game changer. Game changer. That's one of those books that every human being should read. Every human being should read that book at the age of probably 13, 14 years old to understand life. One of my favorite stories in there is a shoe shine woman. He goes into the airport and it's a lady there's a shoe shining. And I can't remember exactly, but I think she's been there for 10 years or something like that. And he's seen her. He's just talking to her like, how long you been here? 10 years. And she's trying to raise money to send her daughter to a field trip, like $80. And she doesn't have the money for it. But he sees a stack of books next to her, a bunch of novels, you know, entertaining stories. And he said, because the book is about the slight edge, doing something over time, over a long period of time. He said, well, what if over the last 10 years of her shoe shining and her reading those novels, she was reading business books, entrepreneurial books, things of that nature, you know, and it just shows anything compounded over a long period of time, it would have changed her life. She'd have been in a completely different space. So take inventory of what you're doing every single day, because you're either going forward or you're going backwards, in a good position or a bad position, you know? Yo, boy Sam going hard on lifestyle vlogs. We need you in one of the Divide blogs with him and Bandman. Yeah, Bandman hit me up the other day. I just asked him. He just sent me some videos of them where they at right now on the yachts and things. And I just asked him, I'm like, man, when you doing the Dubai thing again? So we gonna see how to get out there, man. I'm really just, my foot's still hurting. I was out there in that Vegas thing, limping on crutches, really making it worse. But I had to attend. I had to support the event. But soon as my leg better, I'm gonna be out there. Hold on, y'all calling in. Hold on before you start calling in. Your mind is a garden. Yeah, your mind is a garden. And see, the book, man, I love the book, man, because it goes into and it explains universal laws. Universal laws. Your mind is a garden. And what happens to a garden? No matter how nicely cultivated it is with flowers and trees, and there's just think of the most beautiful garden. No matter what, if you stop cultivating it, you will look up and you come back in a month, weeds will have overgrown your garden. That is one of the universal principles, universal laws. You can never stop cultivating your mind. You can never stop going to the gym and eating right. You can never stop. And a lot of people think they're going to get somewhere and they're going to stop. And that's why most of you guys' lives are like this. You come up, you fall off. You come up, you fall off. You get the bag, you don't have the bag. Because you've never understand this universal principle. You can never stop. It's just how the universe was set up by whoever set it up, by the Almighty, that you must be in continuous motion. You must continuously read. You must continuously grow. Even in relationships, your relationship will go bad if you don't continue to cultivate it. If you don't continue to get to know your woman, if you don't continue to grow with your woman, if you don't continue to teach your woman, if you don't continue to do new things with your woman, you have to continue to cultivate anything in life for it to be successful. You know, it's a great book. Should you always validate a broad's feeling, even if it's BS, or is it better to let her know her feelings is done? Man, listen, it's like I say all the time, man, you can do whatever you want to do. Right or wrong, I don't know what's right, I don't know what's wrong, but I ain't validating shit that's bullshit. Get out your motherfucking feelings, ho. It ain't, I'm not, listen, because I'm not going to treat you like a child. If you wrong, you wrong. If you wrong, you wrong. Yeah, you feeling like that, but you wrong. So what you want me to do? Tell you right? No, I'm not going to encourage that. And if we going to have a problem, then let's have a motherfucking problem right here. Because I'm not going to encourage poor behavior. I'm not going to, like how you treat a child. And then that's why women grow up in delusion. No, bitch, what you in your feelings right now, and what you saying don't make no sense. And I'm not going to tell you it makes sense so you feel better, because we're just going to continue to have this problem. You know what I'm saying? Now, I may or may not say it like that, depending on the bitch I got, depending on her temperament and how I can speak to each one of them. You know what I'm saying? But nah, bitch, I'm not going to do it. If you wrong, you wrong. And you need to know that you're wrong. Otherwise, we're going to continue to have this problem, right? If I validate your feelings that are bullshit, then what am I really doing? I'm setting myself up to have a problem again. And now I really can't check it because I already told you it's validated. No, I'm not going to validate it. Now, it may take time for her to understand it. And a lot of times with women, well, you know how many women I've had? It took 2-3 years for them to double back and say some shit to me like, you was right, you was right, you was right. So a lot of times, man, understanding has to catch up with you. Man, I had mentors that taught me some game, and I just went over my head. I wasn't really listening to it. Years later, I understood. So sometimes it takes understanding to catch up, time for understanding to catch up with us. And a lot of times, you know, these women are going to be younger than you. So they're not at that level of understanding yet, or they're just, even if they're your same age, they just haven't gone through the same experience, don't have the same wisdom. So you can't give somebody wisdom. I can give you knowledge, I can give you game, but at the end of the day, it's you who has to put it through your own brain and understand it. And then sometimes you have to have other experiences in life for that game that was given to you to register and you actually get it. Just because I tell it to you doesn't mean you understand it. Just because I tell the broad that what you're saying is bullshit and try to explain it doesn't mean she understands it. But now I've given her that game. She's heard it. So now throughout her life and experiences, now she might go through some things and now it makes sense. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of times it takes time, you know? And a lot of times, man, bitch, I ain't got time for it to take that long. So we got to figure this shit out. Afi Kingdom, shout out to you, bro. Said much love and respect, bro. Welcome back. I like the thumbnail on this video too far. Hey, man, appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, it was a good time out there in Vegas. But give me an example, because you must be going through something. So give me an example of validating a woman's feelings that you don't feel like is validated. Got that millionaire blueprint. Yeah, go get, hey, everybody right now, man, if you appreciate the free game, go grab a product. Everything is in the description. Go get the bundle. Go get the game. Go get the get yours with your mouth closed. Life-changing information. Went through a whole lifetime to get and develop this game. Goldie, what was your first crib after staying in your car? Was it straight to a penthouse? No, it was like a regular-ass house in North Vegas. A regular-ass house in North Vegas is what it was. Stepped out on a trip and said, there's opportunity amongst me. Yes, hell yeah. I stepped out on a strip after showering in the gym, raising my frequency with a workout, I had the best motherfucking playlist back then, all inspirational music. Back then I was listening to like Big Sean. Big Sean had a lot of motivational, inspirational music. He had one song, it was called Thank You. No, I don't think that came out yet. Or Blessed. I don't know. He had a lot of inspirational, high vibrational music. That's all I listen to. I wouldn't listen to no gangster shit. That's one of my things. When I get low, when a nigga get low, I understand. I got to brainwash myself. I don't watch nothing negative. I don't think about nothing negative. I don't listen to no negative music. I'm putting on all old schools or things that make me feel good. But I had a cold ass playlist. I would work out to it. And I would put it on. I'd get on a treadmill and just be in a high vibrational state, listen to all the success songs. It was one of those songs back then. It was by Peasy. It was like, "Ooh, I can't wait. Ooh, I can't wait. I can't wait to count me a dub. Can't wait to go to the club. Can't wait to be in them foreign things." Anyway, it's all music like that. All music like that would just motivate me and put me in a high frequency state. And I would iron my clothes, get dressed, man, and walk out that motherfucker like opportunity is amongst me. I would look at the buildings and say, look at all these billions floating around. Look at all these people floating around. All I got to do is put my hands in the air and catch some. And I really believed it. And I knew it was going to happen. That's why I say your frequency is so important. If nothing else is important, it's maintaining a high frequency faithful state when you are in them low states. Because you could have did everything I did, but if you didn't have the optimism, if you didn't have the positivity, if you didn't have that, shit wouldn't have worked. Shit wouldn't have worked. That's what they say. When you want to be successful, you got to be delusional. By the looks of it, it would have looked like, man, you a goddamn fool. You know? Can you think 10 be the slowest or harder? Do you think 10s be the slowest and harder to keep than the 5s or 7s? Got the answer, but speak on it. I mean, this is a hard one, man, because I hate when motherfuckers use numbers, because really everything is subjective. But if you ask somebody who's a Caucasian, a real thoroughbred Caucasian, and you ask him, what is show me a 10 to you? That is going to be somebody completely different than if you ask somebody maybe Asian, Indian, or black, what is a 10 to you? You ask any different culture what a 10 is, they're going to tell you something different, and you might look at it and say, oh, that's a 5. Man, I'll look on a runway, and it'll be Victoria's Secret models, and people would say those are 10s, and to me, I'm like, I wouldn't even fuck with them. Now, I could appreciate a good aesthetic. I could appreciate a nice body, but I'm not actually attracted. That's not a 10 to me. You know, and if you look at some black women that we might love, and you ask a white dude or an Asian dude or somebody in a different culture, they might look at somebody that we would say is a 10 and not think she a 10. So what a 10 is so subjective. I know dudes that I know who are married who think they woman is the baddest thing on earth, and I don't think they're attractive at all. You know what I'm saying? So to say 10, I mean, it depends who you asking. So it's really hard, and that's how it should be. You should think your woman's a 10. But if we're talking about the very few women where well, they got the golden ratio going on, they're attractive on a symmetrical level, and a large group of people can probably say that this person is attractive. Then you just have to think about it. It's not that they're stupid. How would you act if you were brought up and never had to take responsibilities for your actions? You were passed in school, you were passed in this, and you got jobs, and you like what they say, pretty privilege is real. And you got a lot of different things without having to work on it. And whatever you're praised for, you work on more. Because she's beautiful, she gets praised for being beautiful. And because she gets praised for that, that's what she works on most. And because she works on her beauty most, she doesn't work on these other attributes, her character, her brains, her reading. Why? Because she gets praised for this. So it's not so much that if she's bad, she's going to be stupid. It's just the conditions of you growing up is not having any pressure on you, and pressure builds diamond. I don't have to develop my personality. I don't have to develop my character. I don't have to become witty. I don't have to become funny. I don't even have to be a good person, you know? And then I'm so pretty, nobody's going to tell me about my deficiencies, so I don't even know what they are to even sew them up. If you're a dude, man, you know, you getting clowned in school for different things, and people going to tell you about yourself, and your family going to tell you about yourself. So now you see your deficiencies, and so you work on those things. You know, a woman who's been very beautiful, she's never gotten told those things. So therefore, she's going to be deficient in a lot of areas. I heard this one guy say one time, man, the best thing you do if you have a daughter is never tell her that she's beautiful. Because whatever you tell your children is what they're going to work on more. So what you always tell your daughter is you're smart, you're sharp, you know, you're very witty. It's things that she'll feel better about than always just leaning on her looks, because that's what you told her is the most value, because that's what you compliment most. Now, what was the second part of that question? Harder to keep them to have the 5 7s. Man, it's just like this. The more options somebody has, the less they're going to settle and make stuff work. It's really that simple. If a woman feels like she got 100 good options, well, yeah, man, it's going to be harder to keep that woman, because every day she has a problem, she knows she has 100 different options. Now, somebody else who you say maybe not as attractive, or maybe just not in the right city, if she only feels like she got 10 good options, well, guess what? When she has the same problem that other woman had, she might think, well, shit, this is damn near one of the best options I got. I don't got too many more, so let me overlook it. That's what I think it really breaks down to. Keith, $27.99. I need that skincare routine, Goldie. Ah, man, I done gave y'all everything, man. I give y'all everything. You know what I'm saying? Y'all want it. And, you know, that's a good thing about dealing with a lot of women. I dealt with a woman who was a esthetician. This was back in the day, Sacramento, one of my first bras, super dark-skinned broad. And she used to keep me right. She'd be like, I'm going to go get this for you. This is the best for you. So I've been developed this skincare routine since for a long time now, and keep me looking a little young. You know what I'm saying? Keep me looking smooth, man. Hey, man, I tell the bitch, hey, bitch, my skin looking better than yours, though. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of my women, they jump on my skincare routine. They start dealing with me. They start using my stuff. Gotta stay young, active, and attractive out here. You know what I'm saying? DM me, man. I might give it to you for the free. Jared Hollywood, Goldie, you don't really lose you helping that guy living in his car on the come up. Goldie, you don't really lose you helping that guy living in his car on the come up. I don't really understand what you're saying. Ask it again. You ain't got to send a super chat for it. Her mindset would have changed. Her philosophy, Slight Edge title book. Life is a window, not a mirror. No, life is a mirror, not a window. You're seeing yourself, your mindset out pictured. Come on, Goldie, you speaking that talk. There is no neutral. There's either getting better or getting worse. Indeed. Joe Bryan, the book, The Power of Now, Game Changer. Yep, it's a good book. Speak on survivor's remorse, like the hardships of success and family, friends who are unwilling to level up, and how it is going to family events. No, I don't really feel like that. It's like, I guess you could feel like that, but you got to get that subconscious. You just got to get that subconscious fear out your body, man. When I was trying to come up, I didn't give a fuck. I'm done. I'm ready. Hey, listen, I wanted to be somebody different so bad. It is what it is. I'm gonna tell you like this: if you still are able to be friends with that person you were friends with 5-10 years ago, know that you're not who you're supposed to be. If you don't go back to your old town and realize everybody in the same place, you ain't do what you were supposed to do. If you're willing to take back your baby mama, if you're willing to take back that woman that you had 5 years ago, know that you failed in life, because you should be so much further that you should say, I wouldn't even fuck with that bitch. Like your high school crush, the woman you thought was super bad 5-10 years ago, should be a bitch that you would say is so beneath your level, you wouldn't even fuck with her, right? That's how you should always be leveling up. The bitch you fucked with last year, you should be like, I wouldn't even fuck with that bitch now. The bitch you wanted to fuck with last year should be a bitch you don't even want to fuck with now. That's how much you should be elevating. You know what I mean? It's just, you got to get that shit out your system, man. Everybody ain't meant to come along. You can't force them. It is what it is. Be the example that they need to see, and maybe they will. Big Sean Detroit tape was fire. Yep, heavy motivation. It was. Should I make a playlist with all the songs I buy? I got the Brainwash playlist, but then I still got the same playlist to this day. Like, I got playlists for the moods I want. I understand how powerful music is. So I have a playlist for every type of mood I want to be. When I'm with a woman, when I'm in the party mode, when I'm in my ism mode, you know what I'm saying? I got it because I understand that's one of the easiest ways to raise your frequency. I do it when I'm in the house with my son too, put on some jazz. So it's just a nice, calm environment. Tiffany, shout out Tiff. Y'all know Tiff. She always in the building, throwing them super chats, $50 always. Appreciate you. Payroll Giovanni dropped today. I'm gonna go check that out. Payroll, he got that hustler music. I'm a truck driver, leaving voice to text. Talk about the sacrifice you had to make when it came to staying on your purpose or your grind and leveling up, having a son young. I mean, man, I didn't even think about it as sacrifice. The same way I didn't even think about being homeless as being homeless, man. I was just so focused on what I wanted. I was going to do whatever. Everything is about thinking. When I got to sacrifice. Yeah, that's hard when you're thinking about it like that. It's hard when you say I'm homeless, living out my car. I didn't even think like that. The opportunity is in Vegas. What's the best and fastest way to get there? Sleep in my car, get dressed at the gym. Not, I'm going to Vegas to be homeless. Never even crossed my mind in that manner. So therefore, I was able to endure it like it was nothing. Talking about the sacrifice. I had to sacrifice friends. I had to sacrifice family. I had to sacrifice sleeping in the car. I had to sacrifice, feeling the uncomfortable nights. No, it was, I know where I'm trying to go, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to get it. Because I want what I want better than I want to be where I'm at. Sometimes you got to despise your situation. Despise it. You got to hate that motherfucking house you living in. Right? That's why you got to go to the mansions. You go to big mansions, man. Sometimes I go to the $50, $100 million mansion, and I get to think, talking shit about my condo on the way home. What the fuck am I doing? Living in that motherfucking, of a fucking condo, a fucking penthouse. Yeah, man, sometimes that's how you got to feel. You got to feel so bad about where you at that you ready to get on your shit. And sometimes you got to go see bigger and better shit. That's why sometimes you got to take that vacation before you got the money to take it, so you can be like, oh, fuck this. I need this on a regular. Take that vacation and say, man, I got to live like this on a regular. I got to take my mama here. I got to take my kids here. This got to be a regular thing for me. And then when you go home, you're going to get back to work because you know you want way more. That's why it's so dangerous to just do the same thing all the time. Now, of course, we talk about the mundane. Yes, sometimes you got to stay stuck, but you got to have a vision of the future. That's why everybody got to have a vision board or a dream book or something that you can look at to get inspired daily to keep you on your grind. Goldie, I'm going to be in Miami for Miami Carnival. How do you approach and interact with West Indian Jamaican women? The same way I interact with any other women. Don't change based on the culture. I stay me. Will be your 5 major points for game for women. Man, you know, I don't like giving women the game because y'all use it for evil, you know, but it's really the same thing because game is universal and men are actually much more easy. I'll just give you the one. Like who likes you, because then you can have it your way. As long as you're dealing with a person who holds you and sees you in such high esteem, then therefore you're going to be able to control the way the relationship goes. On the flip side of that, you are going to lose in life dealing with a man who has no backbone because he has no character, he has no morals. If he's willing to bend to you, a woman, it's not a man that you can respect. And if it's not a man that you can respect, then guess what? You're not going to listen. If it's not a man that you respect, then why would you even want to listen to him? Clearly, he doesn't have strong leader attributes, which means, you know, it's going to be hard to learn from him. You're going to become the average, some of the 5 people you hang around most. So a lot of women will get with the sucker, but not understand your character is going to deteriorate because you're going to become like that man. He's a sucker. You don't even respect him. And if you're around him every day, you're going to start to take on those characteristics. So we're going to do a whole segment on game for women. I just got to delicately do it. Because the same way this game changes men's lives, it'll change a woman's life. And it'll be a bunch of women out here just thrashing you dudes. And I don't want that. But I appreciate the question. We ain't got too many women who come in here. You should call in. Afi Kingdom International, $9.99. I'm about to jump off out of here too. You know, my foot, I sit too long, my foot starts hurting. Yo, you brought me back. Big Sean Higher. Yeah, come on. Come on now. Big Sean Higher. Yeah. Man, he had a lot of good high frequency music, high energy, positive music that I would run on the treadmill to, that I would listen to in my darkest times. And that would keep me going, keep me inspired. Man, he had a song. How did it go? Oh, man, what did he say? He said some shit like, I know I would do it. I just didn't know how. Or he said that in some sort of rhyming way. And I would get inspired when I heard him say that. Like, I knew I would make it. I just didn't know how. Like, it's just the whole album of the Big Sean back then, man. I'm going to probably go play some of that in the car tonight. You know what I'm saying? But man, yeah, raise your frequency with your music and understand you got low frequency when you're listening to the wrong music. You know, I'm telling you, your frequency is probably the most important part to everything. Even Tony Robbins talks about it. State. If you can control your state, when you wake up in the morning, can you do something to put yourself in that perfect, motivated, optimistic state to start your day? Because with that attitude, everything's going to be better. Your workout's going to be better. Your calls are going to be better. Your sales calls are going to be better. When you talk to that woman, it's going to be better. When you go out and try to meet somebody, it's going to be better. Can you control your state and find a way and tools to put yourself in that ultimate optimistic state? But eating clean, working out, cutting vices, that's one of the basics of it, though. Y'all don't hear me, though. Y'all don't hear me, though. Valen Collins, $20. Man, appreciate you. Valen Collins with the $20 super chat. Oh, he said, what I was saying was, do you really realize that you're helping that man that's sleeping in his car, working relentlessly on his come up right now? You know, a lot of people, I made that video that just went viral. And, you know, a lot of people would tell me, even women were telling me they were in that same space. So I'm glad that I made that video because I was just speaking like I'm literally on the balcony and I literally look up and I'm looking at that spot and I turn and tell my bro, because my bro know the story. And so I'm just like, man, that's crazy. Like from sleeping in my car, you know, and I had no jewelry at the time, or maybe I probably had like a little ass hollow chain that motherfuckers probably laughing at me about. that, you know, from that to sleeping in my car to like the things that I'm doing now and the places that I've been, the people that I've met, and the connections that I've had, you know, it's like almost not a miracle, but you would think it's a miracle. So to let somebody else know, hey, listen, you could do it too. And you could probably do it better because I wasted a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time. Most people won't pay the price or do what it takes. One, desire. Two, discipline. Three, decisions, determination. Yeah, desire is the starting point of everything, though. You got to get that burning desire, man. You got to really want it. You got to say, I got to get rich or die trying attitude. I will not settle. I will not quit. I am going to get what I want or die in the process of doing what I wanted to do to try to get there. And I made that decision a long time ago. I'm going to get there. I'm going to die in the process. That's it. It is what it is. That the thought of stopping makes me so depressed. And I say it differently all the time because I know the power of words. So I changed what I say. I used to say, man, I would rather kill myself than be average. Now I understand the power of words, so I don't say that anymore. I say I would never kill myself, but the analogy is that's how strongly I feel about it. I would rather not be here than be average. So therefore, so I could never settle. I could never just kick back. I'm never gonna do it. I'm going to get everything I want, or I'm going to die in the process of getting it. You know, that's the only way it's gonna be. If you don't feel like that, you don't want it bad enough. And you can develop that burning desire. You develop that burning desire by dream building, by driving by the mansions, by meeting people in the positions that you want, you know, by getting inspired by different things, right? By understanding it's possible for anybody. I say it all the time, man. Nobody is better than you. Elon Musk, okay. It's a few people out here with higher IQs than this, but for the most part, most of what you want is obtainable. And there's somebody who just knows something you don't know and has done something you haven't done. And if you know find out those same things and are willing to do what those people did, you could have anything anyone else has. So, you know, you just got to believe it's possible. What would you do if she only trips out when she drinks? Oh man, I can't. Most of these bitches only trip out when they motherfucking drink. That's just stop drinking with the broad, man. Stop drinking with these bras, man. Cause that was most of the time my bras would trip out when they motherfucking drink. So, man, joke's on you, man. What you doing? If you know that, then cut the bitch off, man. Bitch, we don't drink no more. It's that simple. Maxwell 499. Where do I purchase your songs playlist? It's on my site, or you could get the bundle. It's in there too. GoldieRatio.com. What advice do you have for a 16-year-old? Man, listen, cultivate a burning desire. You could do whatever you want in life, so shoot big. Don't shoot for what you think you could do. Shoot for the top of the top of the top. And the moment you can get some money and invest in high level programs or masterminds or mentorships with higher level individuals doing great things, get around it. I said, I appreciate the game, boss. I hold it to a T. 1999, to exclude. 1999, hey, all the game been game changing for me. Shout out from the Yay. Shout out to you, man. Shout out to you. We supposed to visit some family in Sacramento this week and also had some business to handle. However, that was canceled. On the other end, mentorship getting booked after 30 days, no weed. Shout out to you. Come with it. Young dudes today have less game than ever before. There are so many people who could benefit from this game. I've seen women show men their true nature, and for whatever reason, these dudes get it. That video is powerful, man. Keep going. Man, check this out. I'm about to jump off. Stay tuned. I'm about to go grab some with my guy. He coming out here tomorrow. He a funny dude, man. He probably the opposite of everything that I am. But it's gonna be some good content, you know. And it just shows too, man, that I deal with a lot of different type of people. You know what I'm saying? I don't just deal with players. I don't just do, you know, some of my friends be big tricks. You know what I'm saying? You know, I deal with all types of different individuals, and you could have a difference of opinion with somebody and still, you know, converse with them. So shout out to that. Tune in tomorrow. I feel like it's gonna be a real fun episode. You know what I'm saying? hey, go to my website right now. Like I said, we got that one slot. If y'all really want it, somebody really want it, y'all gonna have to get at me on a DM or something like that. What else? Oh, or y'all can text the number, the call-in number. Get the book of game. I got the physical copies. I got more physical copies coming in. There's the link underneath. It's signed physical copies, and I'm signed. Write your name and sign your name. Get yours with your mouth closed. Go get that game bundle. Go get in the school. We starting a new school, a paid school. We're gonna be putting a whole lot more game in there. You know, I already put the how to stop being a square game in there. Some more stuff. So, you know, stay tuned. We got a lot coming. And I really want to know, right? Because everything is sold out in the I Like Who Like Me shirts. Y'all want the shirts back or y'all want the hoodie sets? Because, you know, it's getting into that season. Y'all rather have the shirts or the hoodie sets? Y'all need to let me know. Y'all write it in the comment. Go timestamp this video with some good game for you.